Yo.
What are we talking about today?
So check it out. Now that we clarified that me and Zeke are not partners, we're just good bros. He's a realtor, I'm a contractor. We're gonna kick off things here with simplifying the path to real estate investing. Whether that be
Whoa. What? You're saying real estate can be simple?
Dude, honestly,
Like I don't have to have a college degree to invest
so
in real estate?
so here's the thing. You can simplify the path to real estate, which seems hard to do, but it's like trying to make brushing your teeth difficult.
How's that?
There's ways you can make it difficult. Same thing, and there's ways you can make real estate investing simply. Are we even? No, I'm just close. Sorry. I'm close.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I'm just going to step back.
Oh, I didn't know if we were even or not.
Yeah, no, I was trying to face you and have your
I got you.
like like this is like right here.
All right.
I see you.
Okay.
But if I'm like this,
You
I'm
don't
back.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes. So we're here to share on simplifying the path, and we're gonna break it down in some points and some things that we've ran into, that people ran into, and that's overarching struggle or hurdles, so that we can get you on the right path depending on if you want or don't want to invest in real estate. Because I think either or is a good option, because to me, if you want to be a zookeeper, it's great. Or if you want to be a real estate investor, that's great. I think if you want to be a mail person, that's awesome. If you want to be a contractor, that's awesome.
And that's the thing, you can be both if you want. Well, like investor and whatever.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're going to go over that today. It's just going to require that next level of work and discipline, because it's a lot.
Yeah. And we noticed last time we got a little carried away, and it ended up being about 30 minutes. Video.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it short.
So we're gonna keep it shorter for you today. We're gonna get to the points quicker. We just got off track and started goofing. New boot goofing. Have you seen that video?
Goofing. No, I had not.
Genuine ostrich. It's a fun.
We'll put the link in the description
I'll try
for this video.
Yeah, it's funny.
So we'll give you a good Friday laugh. Anyway, Zeke, kick us off, man. What's one of the first things that people struggle with in getting a house?
So to buy a house, you have to have money. A lot of times you don't have $200,000, $300,000, so you got to get a loan. To get a loan, your first step's to get pre-approved, and that's what I see is one of the biggest fears, struggles, what have you, with getting the real estate. It's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to get approved, or I don't want to apply, I don't want to get my credit knocked down, or whatever it is. But there are several different things. I mean, if you try to get a pre-approval and, you're not in the position to buy a house yet, that's perfectly fine. There's things to work on that'll make you more ready. And one of the biggest things is just building that credit, lowering that debt to income. There's several different factors that lenders are going to look at. That just starts with getting your credit score up, lowering debt to income. They're also going to look at how much cash you have for a down payment.
And how now, in regards to the down payment, Zeke, what do banks look for? Like, can your mom give you 10 grand?
So,
Does it need to be sitting in the bank for a year, or what's up?
Your mom can give you 10 grand, but what you need to do with that is you need to call what's seasoning the money in your bank account. Banks don't necessarily love when your mom or your relative or your great uncle John pays for your.
I like the fact we're using mom because I feel like mom's like the ultimate supporter of the family.
Dude, they are. Moms are the best.
So let's stick with mom.
Let's stick with mom.
No
moms.
uncles.
All right.
Johnny's.
If your mom gives you $10K, what you need to do is you need to put that in your bank account and you need to season it. It's called seasoning it. The money in your bank account for
It's cooking. It's like building yeast and bread.
Yeah, my guy says, my lender that I use says season it for a month or two. And what that's doing is just removing any questions. It's not illegal at all.
100%.
Maybe frowned upon. Excuse me.
Frowned upon.
I don't know if it's frowned upon. My guy Chris suggests doing it all the time. So, anyways, that's one way. You can get help on a down payment. As far as credit, how do you build your? If you have low credit, what do you do, Devin? What do you do?
So, when I first started out, I had a. I didn't have a car payment because I bought my car in cash when I moved to Columbus a while ago, and I've had all my cars kind of purchased in cash, so I didn't have anything to. And then also, ever since I left my parents' house when I was 18, I'm 25 now, I haven't signed a lease agreement for any apartment complex I've lived at or house I've lived at, which is bad and good, I guess. But so there's none of these avenues to track me consistently making payments, and so I got a it's like an interest-free or
secured credit card.
Yeah, secured credit card where you don't need credit to get approved for, and that's how you build your credit.
And you put a deposit down for that, correct?
Yeah, put a deposit down like $500 or something like that, just to like fill it. It's like a prepaid, I guess, and you just kind of like use that and just for groceries, only like things you're gonna actually buy, like gas and groceries. And then over time, it takes time. I mean, that card is now 6 or 7 years old, but now since then I've acquired a lot of credit cards just to build upon, and also I've been taught by some friends the credit card game of buying cards, spending the money for the flying miles and stuff, and I've had the opportunity to travel quite a bit. But anyways, that's one way. Obviously, if you have a car payment, that helps build your credit, but yet, like Zeke was talking about, the debt to income ratio is depending on what kind of car you have. Hopefully not a Lamborghini.
If they have a Lamborghini, they might just have bought that thing cash.
Yeah, you should have. I mean, if you're eyeballing a Lamborghini, you should just buy cash. Yeah, depending on how much debt you're in with that vehicle, it might help you and hurt you. So it's like it's a win. It's like a win-lose, but at the same time, I think your credit score reveals that you're able and willing to make payment on time, and that's what banks like. And so debt to income ratio is looked at. I think it's like 46 or 50%.
It depends on the loan you're going after. If you're going after an FHA loan, I forget the percentage, but it's higher debt to income ratio usually than a conventional loan.
Yeah, like 60% or something like that.
I couldn't give you an exact number. I can probably look it up and find out.
But yeah, so that's the lending part of the lending process. I mean, so we're gonna talk later about some action steps to one step after another, and not trying to get all confused with everything that you could be doing or want to be doing to get started. But we talked about the pre-approval process, how to build good credit, and then what's this?
Well, the FHA debt to income
It's 43.
Limit is 43%, so that gives you plenty of space.
So 43% of your overall earnings isn't consumed by debt, right?
Correct. And that includes your interest, your principal,
Everything.
yes.
All right, Zeke, let's talk next about budgeting for down payment. We're not going to talk about personal budget. We're talking about a budget for a down payment, so you can stay on track with, getting that money for that down payment.
Yeah, that's great. Cool. Yeah, so this is gonna be important. Thankfully, with you can do your first deal with pretty low money down. Owner occupant is really one of the ways to go to get into real estate. Doing a house hack, we talked about that last week. But with that, you're gonna need anywhere between 3.5 to 5% down for the down payment, and then you got closing costs on top of that, which can range anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000, maybe a little less, maybe more, depending on the bank. So what you're gonna, let's just say I'm just gonna say for a $300,000 house, because that's about what you're looking for to get into. Well, I mean, you can get cheaper, but some of the nicer neighborhoods in Columbus. You're looking at about a $15,000 down payment with the 5% down. On top of that, you're gonna want to have $4,000. Let's say $4,000. So that puts you at $19,000. And then you're gonna want to have some reserves saved up. You don't want that to be every last penny you have. You want to have some reserves. I don't know, another 5-10 grand, maybe less, maybe more. Bank's gonna look at that.
Mm-hmm. And this can be, like Zeke's saying, maybe less, maybe more, because it can be dependent on what area you buy in, because certain areas are more prone to fluctuation markets and also fluctuating renters. Mm-hmm. And so doing your homework is crucial.
Yeah, this is based on a $300 purchase price. So, needless to say, you're gonna want to have about 25 grand in your bank for a $300,000 house. If more, great. If less, you'll just have to talk to your bank. But how does one get $25,000 in your bank?
Oh my gosh, just sitting there.
Just sitting there.
And you don't want to buy everything like me. You have to set up a budget, but set up a separate savings account. So what I do is I do the math for every paycheck or I don't really get a paycheck, I kind of pay myself, but anyways, every time I get money in, I take a percentage of that, like taxes. Say I'm 1099 and I deduct 17% or 20% for my taxes. I just take that out into an account right away as soon as I get paid. Do that same thing. So it's money in, money out type deal. Money in, money out, meaning not money in, money spent, money in another account that's locked. Mm-hmm. So put it in a savings account, put it somewhere where you won't need to touch it or have to touch it. And obviously things come up, cars break and whatnot, and you need to repair those things. But at the end of the day, you should be on track for your financial goal or whatever that may be. Say you're shooting, you talk to a lender, he gave you some homework, and all of a sudden you're like, dang, I need to save $15,000 because I want to buy, this house. And it's not that far off, because houses come and go on the market, off the market, and so there's always opportunities in the future if it's going to take you 6 months or a year to get the funds raised or mm-hmm. saved up. But yeah, just be focused. Don't, always surround yourself with people that are thinking, if you want to get into real estate, you need to surround yourself with people that are thinking the same way you are, so that you stick in that pattern. If you're hanging out with your friends that always love to go shopping, that's gonna be a struggle. It's a challenge, and I'm not saying don't hang out with your friends, but maybe limit the type of activity you do with them, because for me, whenever I'm out with different groups of friends and we're wanting to eat ice cream, we're wanting to go out to eat, it's just nickel and dime. It's $20 here, $5 there, $30 there, and then you look at your bank account and you're like, whoa, I am $200 over my budget for my personal. And so then that can happen. The same thing with budgeting for a house is, you think of things you can buy when you look at, say you have $5 grand saved, you think something comes up with the family or whatever, and you just think you can buy it, and it's not really necessary. So just stay focused, be around people that are thinking around the same parameters you are, and yeah, just be patient and like be in it for the long haul. I mean, real estate's a long haul game. It's like 10, 20 years down the road type deal.
Yeah, that's great. And one thing I would suggest on top of that is get in touch with a lender. If you're thinking of buying in a year, get in touch with a lender today. Ask them what they're gonna want to see, so you have that year to get there. The last thing you want is to be doing the wrong thing for a year.
Yes.
So if you're even considering buying, you could get in touch with a lender as soon as possible. Ask them, just pick their brain, like, hey, what are you going to be looking for? How much do you think I should have in my bank account? What kind of credit score should I have? That's going to help you a lot in the long run. That's going to make it so you're ready and you're not wasting your time doing the wrong stuff. I'm not a lender. These are just my tips.
Are you sure?
I mean, you want me to be?
I'll
give you $5 at 50% interest.
I never want to talk to you about lending again, actually.
Alright, cool. Alright, perfect. So, we got pre-approval. We talked about the pre-approval. We talked about the down payment, budgeting for the down payment. Some different hurdles. No construction experience.
Do you know how to roll a hammer?
I know how to...
How many times would it take you to hit a nail through a 2x4?
Probably 2 hits.
2 hits?
I'm very
That's
confident.
pretty good.
I'm very confident.
Like
how big of a nail are we talking about?
D8 or D10. So it's like a framing nail.
Okay. 3 hits. No.
3.
Fire truck.
Yeah, we got a fire truck going.
It's a big fire truck.
But you're saying 4. You're saying 3 hits, or you keep upping it?
No, 3 hits.
3 hits. So check it out. If you want to save money, do it yourself. If you're gonna get into real estate and you want to save money and do flips or whatever, however you want to do it, because usually investment properties need some love, whether that be paint, trim work, or whatever, or flooring. And so if you want to do it yourself, that's completely fine. But what I've seen more times than not is people get started and then call me or call somebody else to help them finish, which we love to do. We love to help and give insight. I like to talk a lot more than most people, and so I like to give pointers to the homeowners and stuff. But whether that be connecting with someone in construction or just knowing a friend that can maybe come to a walkthrough or a showing with you, to look at the structure, like the foundation, like the walls. Because at the end of the day, say you're looking at a house that's $150,000 and it's a solid deal, and you did the numbers, and you go in and you look at it, and the floor is undulated, it's bowing, and you go down the basement, it's just this mess. You come to find out, you gotta rip the whole floor up. All the joists need tracked in the foundation. There's some termite damage or carpenter ant damage, and you just need to redo the whole floor. That is a thing you cannot budget in advance. Looking at the numbers, and so I would say, having some construction experience or awareness and knowing what's structural and what's not, and kind of what's doable, alleviates a lot of the fears, because I think if people look at a sloped floor and they're like, oh, that's bad, or like look at a wall leaning and they're like, whoa, I'm not gonna buy this house. But at the end of the day, it could be as simple as maybe a couple $100, or just like raising the floor in a certain area and re-support it in the basement with some I-beams and whatnot, which seems like a task, but if you hire the right person, they'll do their job great, And so I guess with that, it just alleviates a lot of space to get rid of fear and to move forward with a deal. Because I mean that's the thing, is like once you get locked in on a deal and you're wanting to move forward, you don't really want to stop. You don't really want hiccups. You want to kind of close, because that's what your lender wants. That's what the realtor wants, because somebody else is gonna come by and get that deal if you're not going to. And so acting quick, having the right person in place to kind of walk with you through the house is essential. I'm not saying I'm that guy. I would be willing to do that, but maybe if you want to connect with someone more that you know or someone that you trust.
And you'll also have an inspector or an inspection period to do that as well. But yeah, just having someone
Right.
with a reno budget is super helpful.
Like knowing what it's going to cost.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at 23 minutes.
Love it.
We get carried away. We love talking real estate.
All right, let's
Want to
punch
hit those action steps.
Well, yeah. So let's run through these last 4 real quick, little nuggets, just to like give them, and then we'll do the action steps.
Cool.
So let's break it down in the next 5 minutes. Okay.
Cool. Don't know how to be a landlord?
How do you do it?
YouTube. Seriously, YouTube. Bigger Pockets is a great website.
Yeah. Be personable.
Or just if you're really scared of it, just hire someone. It's going to cost you 8% gross fees. Well, 8 to 12% for a property manager. But that's not going to be the end of the world. But, it's really not that hard.
Just dealing with people and managing their expectations versus yours.
And
So
just tenant law. But it's not that tough to understand. No time?
do you have a lot of time?
No.
You don't?
No.
Do you want to invest in real estate?
I do.
But you don't have time.
I don't.
What do you spend your time doing? Does it make you money?
Watching Dancing with the Stars.
Does it make you money?
No, it makes me happy. But money also makes me happy, so just kidding.
So if you had a yacht, you'd be happier.
I would.
You would.
Yeah. No. I would.
Oh man. Anyways,
Yeah.
so real quick, no time. That's what a lot of people struggle is no time. You're already working 40, 50 hours a week. Get it. But the thing is if you have all these people in place on your team, whether you get a realtor, get someone in construction, get your lender on board, you kind of have all these little team members. It's you're kind of like formulating a investing team to move forward, because at the end of the day, when you invest, you want to do it again, and so it's just kind of a plug and play system where you're just going back and forth. But anyways, so no time, just look at what you're spending your time on now, and it's like a budget. Alleviate time for this, alleviate time for that. I'm not saying like, hey, you love doing soccer, don't do soccer, or like, hey, you love going out in nature, don't do nature.
You'd be surprised where maybe 15 to 20 minutes a day gets you.
Right.
So if you have some extra time, use it. Alright.
Get off the Instagram, get in maybe Bigger Pockets forum, get online, look at Redfin, look at Zillow, call a realtor, talk to a lender, spend 5 minutes on a phone call with a lender and be like, yo, my credit score sucks, help,
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's good.
All right, and then so basically, let's talk about this one. Compare rent versus mortgage. Real quick, go.
All right, if you're paying rent, you're paying someone else's expenses. If you're paying a mortgage, you're paying your own expenses, and you're getting equity. All right, cool.
Boom, done. All right, equity, boom.
Plus cash flow helps pay down, your stuff. But anyways.
All right, another hurdle is it's risky, but it's controlled risk, because there's so many things you can do to prepare yourself before you take the plunge that can mitigate the risk amount. If you're just hungry and hustling and trying to get after it, you will hit a brick wall time and time again. You'll hopefully move forward, but there's a lot of things that we've talked about that will help mitigate that risk, those fears, the things you run into that make you want to quit and just give up and like, oh, it's not for me, I've lost thousands of dollars, whatever.
Just look at property prices, see how they went up over the years. Up. And there's just, you got cash flow into the play. It's almost hard to make a bad investment decision with properties. Just because, if you're not cash flowing today, you know, the market, the way it's moving, you might cash flow 5 or 10 years from now for rent going up. Or you might be able to sell higher. Well, you most likely, very positively, will be able to sell higher.
And Zeke, if you're not cash flowing, what are you doing? Like, what are you just breaking even and not make? You know, what are you doing?
Building equity, dude.
There it is.
Paying down that mortgage.
Paying down the mortgage.
So you may not feel that today, but when you sell that house,
30 years down the road,
exactly,
and you sell it, and you had kids, college, man, boom,
college
paid in full.
Get those suckers their education.
Get them learnt. Action steps, baby, hit them. We got 4.
4 action steps. We'll go. I'll say one, and you say one.
All right, go.
All right. Action step number 1: connect with a lender. Try to get pre-approved.
Do it. Number 2: connect with a realtor or contractor. Bam.
Boom.
This guy.
Number 3. This is easy, guys. 4 steps. Offer on a house.
Realtor will run you through that if you don't know what it is. An offer is basically proposing a bid or a number for the property value.
Yeah.
To get it.
Just offer on a house. You have so many contingencies to get out. You know, if you don't like it, don't be a wussy.
Contingent on the paint on the exterior.
I don't know that. Oh, whoa, what's this last step?
Dude, does this say deal?
I think it does.
What's a deal, man? It just needs to be closed.
Yeah. Close your first deal.
Get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is broken down. Those are your Timbits, those are your nuggets, those are your Krispy Kremes, those are what you're gonna get after this week. You're gonna call Winder, you're gonna call me, you're gonna call Devin. We're gonna put an offer on a house. We're gonna close your first friggin' deal.
We'll do it for you.
You're gonna make money, you're gonna be happy, we're gonna chill on a yacht together, you're gonna buy me a cocktail. I don't know.
I really want an alpaca farm.
Get your alpaca farm.
Why not?
Buy a alpaca farm and then sell
armadillos.
Flip them.
Yeah,
buy them when they're ugly, fix them up.
shave them. Love it.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen,
that's how you get started.
Get after it this week.
That's simplifying the path. On the next episode, we're gonna dive deep into what is it, Zeke? Retire early.
Ooh, you're saying I don't have to be 65 to retire?
No, dude. It's your lifestyle. If you want to make $30,000 a year for the rest of your life, that's fine. But you can retire that.
Dude.
You don't need to be a millionaire.
No, really?
Yeah, dude. Maybe just call Jeff Bezos and be like, hey, dude, can I have a stipend each month?
Dude is loaded. For real.